Nurturing your emotions are so important for creating a harmonious relationship, not only with others, but also with yourself. I'm going to show you how to nurture your emotions, the importance behind it, how it creates a solid foundation when it comes to creating harmonious relationships. As of this moment, many of us are brought up in an environment and in a school where emotional education is not taught, mindfulness is not taught. Most of us are not taught how to process our emotions from a very young age. Because of that, we grow up into these adults that may still lack the education and still do not know how to process the emotions. And because of that, we're not able to see how we are creating our reality, to see why are there problems, why are there conflicts, struggles in our relationship with others, in our relationship with ourselves. Why is there so much hatred, whether it's with ourselves or with someone else? And people are still afraid of their own emotions. People are still afraid of the negative emotions, thinking that they might be a bad person if they face those emotions. So what they do is they just shove it under the rug or suppress it, continuously convincing themselves to have a positive mind, But we all know that ends up in more complaints, more blames, more frustration, more anger. When we are not aware of our own emotions, we start to blame others and we start to point fingers because of the suppression. And so because of that, we continuously feel hurt. We think that others are hurting us when in fact we are hurting ourselves by suppressing our emotions, by not processing and releasing, allowing the emotions to simply flow. So because our natural state is flow, as humans, it is our responsibility to allow ourselves to flow, which means allow our emotions to flow. Listen to ourselves and simply let it flow out. In, out, in, out. That is the natural process, okay? So the first thing, when it comes to nurturing our emotions, understand that it is an act of self-love. Think of nurturing as your all-loving mother who's so caring, who just wants to nurture you and love you. That is what nurturing is about. And it's for every single person, okay? Not just women. So when it comes to nurturing yourself, whenever you are hurt, provide the space for you to feel them, to be with yourself. When I used to get very triggered and hurt in the past, I learned how to be with myself immediately. For me, it was immediate because I really needed that. I needed someone or something to be with me, to nurture me. And I didn't want anyone outside of me, so I found me. So I took the space to sit with myself, to actually feel it, no matter how painful it was, because I understood it's just energy. It's a certain level of discomfort that I have to sit with, but it's only for my very best, for my very best health, for my very best mental, physical, emotional health. And so I sat with myself. I allowed the emotion to come up. I felt it. I communicated with it to ask if it needs anything or what is going on, or if necessary, why is this happening and what can I do about it? And from that onwards, I also learned how to be more self-aware, to see how I have created these experiences in my life that continuously was hurting me. And it allowed me to take responsibility for the way I'm feeling, for my perception, and to not blame anyone. And that includes me. I blamed myself a lot in the past. I didn't want to blame people around me. I blamed myself so much and put myself in such a low place. And so I had to take responsibility for the victim, for the way I'm feeling, for all the inner critic that existed in me before. And I still do get hurt. It's normal to be hurt. It's not normal to suppress the hurt. So hurt is normal. But when there's a repetitive hurt, repetitive trigger that has the same storyline, same vibration, there is something that needs to be cleared within our energy field. So first things first, sit with yourself, take the time and space to feel it. Move through the fear of feeling, okay? Move through the fear of feeling. Ask yourself about the long run. If you continue suppressing, what is your future going to look like? Take that responsibility to start accepting the pain. It doesn't mean that you're identified with it. It does not mean that you're a bad person. It does not mean that all those stories created by your mind is 100% true. Most of the time, it is not true at all. It's something that we make up in our minds and convince ourselves that it's true, but then we become hurt, which simply means we're not in alignment with ourselves right now. The second thing when it comes to nurturing your emotions is to accept without judgment. And accepting, again, does not mean that you identify with it. Accepting means accepting that it's currently existing in our perception field, in our energy field, in our emotional field and mental field. Through acceptance of the hidden parts or the suppression or the darkness, whatever you call it, you learn how to embrace. The embracing comes because you're not judging at this point. It's only natural. It unfolds naturally. It's not something you have to think about, oh, I gotta do this, oh, I gotta do this. But it's helpful to start with a practice to train your mind to be present, to be in alignment with yourself. Now, the acceptance of it may lead you to a deeper understanding, a deeper side of empathy within you, to zoom out and see your life clearly, to zoom out and see a specific hurtful situation clearly, especially if it's a repetitive pattern that's not serving you anymore. It will allow you to see how to shift that, how to release any limiting belief that's causing that, and how to embrace the new version of you, to align yourself with the new version of you that supports your highest purpose, that supports your evolution and growth as a human being. And so how does this lead to harmonious relationships? Well, we know that whatever is within is also without. You create your world from within. If you're at peace with yourself, you start to create the world around you which is peaceful. If you can show compassion to you by nurturing your emotions, by taking care of yourself, by showing you more love, receiving more love from your spirit, from the universe, you will radiate that outwardly. You will express it, you will give more to others, and you will also embrace other people's love towards you, which means this creates that harmonious dynamic starting from you, and then it goes outwardly. My experiences and my intuitive guidance in the past, I've had a lot of issues with my family, and through nurturing my emotions, I understood that the resistance was all inside of me that were also being expressed outwardly. So by taking responsibility of the way I was feeling, what I was seeing, and by nurturing my emotions, I began to see how to create loving relationships with my family, with people around me, by being at a state of peace. And the state of peace is already within us. It's not something we chase after, it's not something we run after. It gets revealed and amplified when we allow ourselves to feel, to release the old, to release and process the hurt, and the peace simply amplifies. And with that, we gain the wisdom. We speak the wisdom on how to create that outwardly as well in our reality. Whatever you are going through right now, no matter how painful it is, abusive relationships, I've been there too. It does not mean that it's the right thing to accept the abuse. It just means accept your pain, accept that you're hurt, process the emotions, because you will get to see clearly on why or how that pattern is being created and what decisions to make from now on, clearly, without judgment, without fogginess in the head, and move on, move forward through your current struggle. I want you to try out nurturing your emotions. If you're still struggling with it, or if you feel like you want some sort of company, you want some companion with it, you are welcome to work with me, or you can view the guided meditation I have uploaded, which is consciously connecting with your higher self. That will provide you the sacred space and time you need to really connect with yourself. And because it's guided, you also have that sense of companionship. Embrace your emotions, honor your energy, honor your emotions. There is no bad, no good. Let go of judgment, let go of criticisms, and embrace yourself. I welcome you to drop a question, drop a comment. If you have any questions, I'm here to help you.